Hi everyone, it's Rebecca again, here to show you how to use the pen tool in Photoshop. So if you ever try to use the pen tool for the first time and you start clicking and dragging and you just say like, what? I don't understand why this isn't working the way it's supposed to work. Isn't a pen supposed to draw a shape? What's all this stuff flying out everywhere? Yeah, it can get you a little crazy and it can be incredibly frustrating. But once you master the pen tool, it'll make you a stronger graphic artist and you'll have your foot in the door for learning Illustrator, which the pen tool is one of the most used tools in Illustrator. So let's get started now. Go ahead and choose your pen tool. Make sure it's the first option in the drop-down menu, just the regular old pen tool. And to make a line, just a simple line, click one time with your mouse. Don't pull, don't keep dragging. Click one time, let go of that mouse. And now choose an area that you would like the line to end and click one more time with your mouse. And that's it. There's your line. Now if you keep clicking, it's going to create more points and there's paths are going to be created between each of those points. This is no longer a line, right? So I'm going to undo by hitting Command Z and then I'm going to hold down Option Command Z to undo a further step. If I want my line to break here, I'm going to hit Command and click one time with my mouse and now my path is done. Okay? So if I wanted to, for some reason, pick up that last point and keep going with that path, then I just hover over it, and you notice that the little point with two lines on the edges shows up next to my cursor. Click on it, and now I can continue with that shape. Pretty cool. So now I'm going to make a new line. I just click one time to start for my starting point, and now I'm going to click a second time, but instead of letting go of my mouse, I'm going to start pulling my mouse around and it creates these beautiful handles that create beautiful curved lines, more organic shapes in Photoshop. So the farther you pull your handle, the farther the arc of the curve goes, and the smaller you'll see that the arc just shows up closer to the point where you're pulling the handles. And now I can keep going and close this shape up. So to close the path, if I hover over the starting point, notice that my cursor changes and you see a little circle next to it. That means it's going to close it once I click on that path. Boom. One more thing. If I'd like to start my shape as an organic shape, or, not just a straight line, I can click one time with my mouse and then pull the handles and determine, kind of foresee the direction I want to go with this path. So I'm going to go over here in this direction, so my arc, when I create my next point, is going to go up and follow that handle and then curve down to wherever my other point is. See how that worked? So notice that the original end of this handle that was hanging out over here, my line didn't start down there. It started at the starting point that I created, okay? So now I'm going to show you the other tools under the pen tool. We have the freeform pen tool, which is just goofy. You can just draw like how you think a pen should look. But when you let go, notice all of those points. And at each of those points is a bending area. So it doesn't look like a smooth, beautiful path. So that's why we don't use this tool. And I am using a mouse. If you have a Wacom tablet, it might look a little bit better. But overall, we want to use the regular pen tool because the shapes that we create, we want them to have the least amount of points as possible when creating a more organic shape. So the next tool is the Add an Anchor Point tool, and it does exactly that. Just hover over a path, click on it, and there's a new anchor point. I can click over here, there's another one. So if my shape needs to bend in an area, that's where I would add more points. If I have extra points and I don't want them, I'm going to hit Delete an Anchor Point tool. Yep. And I'm just going to hover over it until I see the little minus sign next to my cursor, and I'm going to click, and there goes that point, and there goes that point. And you don't want to make a shape with the freeform pen tool and then start deleting points, because that is going to take so much longer and make you so crazy. Trust me, I've tried, and it is a horrible experience. So just start from scratch with the beautiful, easy pen tool. Next, we're going to use Convert Point tool. This is an excellent option here. With the Convert Point tool, you can click on an actual point and it recreates the handles for you. Notice if I flip this, it does a little curly cue. You don't want that. So if that happens, just wind your handle back and make it nice and smooth again. But if there's already a handle sticking out somewhere, like this one, it's a little black dot as opposed to a white one, I can click on it and bend it from that point. How cool is that? So here's this one. I don't see any handles. But now that I pulled out the handle, I can unclick with my mouse, and now I can grab that handle and bend it again if I need to. All right, so let's put this to work. Don't save. So here is the rocket image, and this is in your downloads folder for this week. I'm going to zoom in because it's always better to zoom in than to lean forward with your face pressed up against your monitor. Now I can see all these letters. So the way that they have made this for us, we want to outline this shape to make a selection without having to use our lasso and all this other goofy stuff. So they made the letters for us to take out the guesswork. But then in the future, when you want to do it, you're going to have to figure it out yourself. But this is a great starting point. So we're going to start with the letter A. Click one time with our, let me get back to my pen tool. I still have my convert pen point tool on. The regular pen tool, click on A. Now I'm going to click on B, the large capital B, and notice that there's a lowercase b down here with a little red dot. So that means when I click on the capital B, I'm going to pull my handle to the lowercase b red dot. Now I'm going to click on the capital C, pull to the C. Then something wonky happened, but we'll fix that later with the convert tool. Pull on the D to the lowercase d, click on E, pull the lowercase e, click on F. There isn't a lowercase f, so I'm going to let go of the mouse there. Click on G, go to lowercase g. Now if some point here you get messed up or you break off your point, just remember you can just go right back, hover over that point till you see your cursor change and click on it again. Capital H to lowercase h, capital I to lowercase I, capital J to, lowercase j. Oh, I messed it up. Let me go back a couple steps. Sorry, okay. Capital I to lowercase I is up here, capital J to lowercase j, and this is getting all crazy. Capital K to lowercase k, L to lowercase l. Can you guess what comes next? That's right, an N, an O, and there's no lowercase o, up to the P to the lowercase p. This thing's getting crazy. Q, whoa, there's no lowercase q, R, no lowercase r. So just click one time, let go. S, no lowercase s, and A, and then after we click on A, we're going to drag our handle to the final point here. So now I notice some wonky things happened. Let's go ahead and use our convert point tool to clean up this B over here. And so it worked to fix the B part, but now the A's messed up. So I'm going to pull that to correct the A, let go, and hover over that point to pull it back and fix the C. And there you go. So you can fix these on your own, and I appreciate you watching. Please do this exercise. It'll really help you out. Let me know if you have any questions.